Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation, and also welcome to the start of a new week. We are right at the beginning of a new week, and our teacher for this week is Lao Tzu. And when we start a new week, I like to look into the week ahead, see what lies ahead this week, just remind myself of what's coming up this week. Lao Tzu's message for our week is one I really enjoy. Lao Tzu asks, what is it that inspires your creating this week? We'll get to it in a moment. Good morning, Maggie. Hey, Sunmari. Hello, Linda. Good morning, Stefan. Sarah, good morning. Anthony, good evening. It is awesome seeing you all here at the start of my week. It's beautiful. Right. Lao Tzu's message is about fear. He says very often, fear is the thing that inspires us to create. Joanne, a very good morning. Hope that you are ready to have a great week. So let's get into the message. The message sounds like this. What is it that motivates your creating? Are you creating from a place of fear, or are you creating from a place of freedom? When you create from fear, you are creating in order to avoid consequences. Creating because if I don't create, I'll be facing some kind of punishment. Creating from fear means you're trying to create while running away from something. And it's very easy to fall into that trap because we have bills to pay. I have to pay the rent, so I have to work in order to pay the rent, and very easily that becomes the trap. I am just staying ahead of the things I am scared of. Danae, good morning. Happy Monday to you. Welcome to a new week. Creating from a place of freedom is different though. This comes from deciding what you are running towards, not running away from. Creating because you are running towards something. When you create from freedom, it is because you embody your birthright. You were created to create. And when you are able to put down all the fear, you will be creating at your highest potential by default. Lao Tzu says, there is no illusion greater than fear. Fear is the greatest illusion, says Lao Tzu. Be careful what you water your dreams with. Water them with worry and fear, and you will produce weeds that choke the life from your dream. He says, your own positive future begins in this moment. All you have is right now. Every goal is possible from here. Good morning, Grain. Hello, happy Monday to you. It is all available to you. You are a fearless creator, and you can create from the limitless abundance that this universe offers. The question is, are you creating because you are running away from something, or are you creating because you are running towards something? I'll read that thought from Lao Tzu one more time just before we get started. He says, be careful what you water your dreams with. Water them with worry and fear, and you will produce weeds that choke the life from your dream. If you're ready, let's dive in. You can close your eyes. I will start by taking the first few big breaths together. Let's take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine, lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And as you release, let all of that go. As you breathe out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and drop your head. Standing at the start of a new week, and as you're busy doing your own full body breathing, with every inhale rising and with every exhale falling, I like to remind you of exactly what you're busy doing right now. Everything we are because of our programming, the patterns running in our subconscious. The things we do, especially the things we do on repeat, and we do almost everything on repeat, are because of our programming, the patterns in our subconscious. What you're doing right now, and have been doing by sitting your body down and taking deep breaths, you are creating programming. You are creating a pattern in your subconscious because you're doing this repeatedly. You're doing this again and again and again. You are telling this body, this is how I want us to do this. I want you to take a seat. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to breathe deep into your belly and soften as you exhale. You're telling your body, I want us to not just do this occasionally when we sit down for a meditation. I want us to not just take these deep breaths at the start of the day, because maybe I do my meditation every day. But I want us to do this multiple times during every day. I want us to remember to stop for a moment. Breathe deeply, because Often when we don't focus on doing this, our breathing is really shallow. The more focused we become, the more stressed and anxious we become, the more shallow our breathing becomes. And that's why I want us to stop and do this multiple times every day. And mark my words, if you haven't experienced it yet, you will. You are creating programming in your brain and in your body. And at some point you'll notice how subconsciously, without even thinking, when you're under pressure, when you start feeling anxious, your body starts to breathe more deeply because you have created the pattern. You have created the new programming. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch and adjust and settle down in as much comfort as possible for the next part of our journey. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward. Roll out your neck muscles forward and to the left, and forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. You can lean your upper body over to the left and also lean your upper body over to the right. You're leaning into and stretching your back muscles. And gently feeling where the edges of the back muscles are and leaning into them. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, as much as we are able to at least, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is a really good place to stop. However, if you are here for the whole journey, then with every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a long and slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, Make it the longest, slowest exhale that you can. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body and feel how softness follows and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting, feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath. But hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, see yourself standing at the start of a new week. Your toes are sticking over the edge and you are ready to dive in. Take your next big breath. For a moment, let's take a look at the week ahead. What is known about the week ahead? In other words, what is already in the calendar for the week ahead. As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, walk yourself through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And create pictures in your mind of some of the things you remind yourself that lies ahead this week. Take your next big breath. What is it that you want to create this week? And of course, this is different for all of us. This could be work or business related, but it could also be just a way of being. And perhaps you're at home and you don't go to an office and do work. You're still creating while you're at home. What do you want to create this week? Ask yourself the question, what do I want to create this week? And see if anything clear comes to you. Take your next big breath. We can call it a goal, we can call it an intention. It could be both, it could be either. What would a clear goal be for you this week? Or what would a clear intention be for you this week? Take your next big breath. For a moment, transport yourself to the end of the week. If you were standing in the next weekend looking backwards, what would your checklist look like? What would you like to check off of your list? And this could be something like a project, finishing a project, nailing it. Or it could be something like having had a conversation that you needed to have with someone. And you look back at that conversation and say, yeah, I had it the way I wanted it to be. I was being the way I wanted to be during that conversation. What would your checklist look like at the end of the week if you had to check the boxes and say, nailed it, and nailed this one, and nailed that one? What does your checklist look like when you get to the end of the week? Take your next big breath. Then I want you to ask yourself this question. You've had a look at what you're creating, what you want to create, perhaps what your goals are. And the question to ask yourself is, am I creating from a place of fear, or am I creating from a place of freedom? Let's test fear first. Fear is when we're creating by looking over our shoulder, creating by running away from some kind of bad consequences, some kind of punishment. And when we're creating in fear, while it is a legitimate way of creating, you can build a decent life creating in fear. You can reach very respectable goals by creating in fear. However, the best you can ever do is just stay ahead of what scares you. Ask yourself the question, is there anything in my life that I'm creating out of fear? Are there things I'm trying to run away from that inspire the way I work and create? As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, are there things that I'm trying to create out of a place of fear? Take your next big breath. There should, of course, be no judgment about creating in fear. It is a trap that almost all of us fall into. We are biological organisms that want to survive, and fear plays a huge role in survival. But it might mean that those fears need to be looked at and worked with and softened. Let's look at the other side of this though, creating in freedom. What does it look like to create in freedom? It includes a recognition that your birthright is a creator. We were all created to create. All biological organisms were created to create. And creating in freedom simply means you embrace the creator that you are. Your goals or whatever it is that you are reaching for, they're inspired by possibility. The possibility exists to do this, and this is why I'm doing it, because it's possible. And opportunity. There's an opportunity for me to extend and expand myself this way. And I'm stepping into that opportunity. Lao Tzu says, you can create by running away from something or by running towards. Creating in freedom means I recognize abundance in this universe and I will use it to create. Ask yourself this question: what am I creating from a place of freedom? What are the things that I am doing or attempting to do that is inspired by possibility and opportunity? Take your next big breath. Lao Tzu says, be careful what you water your dreams with. If you water your dreams with worry and fear, then it tends to be that even if you're successful in creating what you wanted to create from a place of worry or fear, you also never escape the anxieties that inspired your actions. Keep this in the back of your mind this week as you go through every day, taking action on this and taking action on that. Make a mental note to recognize where you are taking action in fear and where you are taking action because of possibility, because of opportunity, because you're honoring the creator that you are. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a long, slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel softness slip in and settle in every fiber of your being. One more big breath in and hold. As you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll read to you Lao Tzu's thoughts one more time. Lao Tzu said, "There is no illusion greater than fear. The biggest illusion of them all is fear itself." Lao Tzu says, "Be careful what you water your dreams with. If you water your dreams with worry and fear, then you will produce weeds that choke the life from your dreams. So rather water your dreams with love and possibility and opportunity and potential." Lao Tzu says, "Your own positive future begins in this moment. All you have is right now, and every goal is possible from here." It's all available to you. You are a fearless creator, and you can create from the limitless abundance that this universe offers you. What is it that you are running towards? And perhaps running is not always the right word, but stepping towards. What is it that you recognize as possibility, opportunity, potential? And take your steps in freedom instead of in fear. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for the privilege of standing at the start of a new week. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for this moment, the opportunity to have a look at the week ahead and just create some clarity around what I want to create this week. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for being able to see clearly where my actions might be inspired by fear. Even though I will likely be taking the exact same actions, I want to take them with a different energy. While the steps might look exactly the same, I want to take those steps more boldly. Not in fear, but in freedom. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for diving into this week along with the rest of us. Katrin, a very good morning. Happy Monday to you. Vivian, good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome to a new week. Thank you, Anthony and Linda and Maggie and Sunmarie and Stefan. I trust that you will have a great week. Spread your wings, fly off, and create at your highest potential. Lots of love to you all. Have a great week. Ciao, ciao.